With us now is Dr. Mary Thomas, and she has worked as a school psychologist at St. X High School for 10 years, and now she is with the Catholic Inner City Schools Education Program to look into technical vocational education for kids who don't think college is the right thing for them. Dr. Thomas, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So this is a really exciting thing. People have really begun to talk about the fact that college isn't for everybody. And college can be very, very expensive. But also there's a lot of vocations that over the years have not been focused on, which are important, like plumbers. My grandfather and my grandfather's brother were electricians or plumbers or welders or all of those things that are specific skills that can actually not only bring them a career, but actually get them a career while they're still learning.
Correct. One of the interesting facts that comes to us from Lieutenant Governor Husted's office is that 54% of the jobs in Ohio require some type of training alongside their high school diploma. And with career technical education, this is a perfect opportunity to provide learners who are uncertain about whether or not a college is the next step for them. It gives them an opportunity to be exposed to some career and technical programs and activities where they can skill up and become a part of the workforce to help address the shortage that we have in Ohio, given that we have 54% of the jobs requiring these skills, but only 46% of the Ohio workers are able to do that.
And the public schools have always had, we call it the Great Oaks Project here in Cincinnati, where these schools focus on many things. It could be automobile work, or it could be technical work, or plumbing, electricity, all those kind of things. And I've always thought, as Catholics, we've lagged behind that. We focused on college, which is a good thing, but not everybody is ready, wants to do college. And if you have better skills with your hands and your mind to do other things, then to have a path, to present a path for all the different students is a very helpful thing.
For sure. To your point, the public system has been required by the state of Ohio to have something called a business advisory council.
Okay.
And that partnership between the business industry and education really helps the educational leaders explore ways to better support students as we think about what are the skills and the academic knowledge that they may need to have. I'm thrilled to share that on March the 19th, we will have our first Catholic Business Advisory Council.
And that's the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker.
Oh, excellent.
Actually, Feast of St. Joseph, the Feast of the Workers is May the 1st, but Joseph is, of course, the foster father of Jesus, the carpenter, and so that's very prophetic.
It is very prophetic, and what's equally it brings a lot of joy to me, and I think others who are working with me on this work, is the interest that is coming from all facets of the state of Ohio. We have Congressman Landsman's office that will be present. We have representation from Lieutenant Governor Husted's office, from the city manager's office, from the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce Development, Hamilton County Educational Service Center, the Archdiocese, high schools, and our in-demand industries.
So this is still real rudimentary. We're not looking to buy property and start a school yet, but we're tilling the soil, huh?
We sure are. We are bringing the people who have a lot of great information about workforce development and how to skill kids up to the table for conversation around how do students in the Catholic educational system get exposure to some of the skills that our friends in public education are already having.
And so this meeting that'll be going on the 19th is just basically everybody's going to say this is what we need, this is what we can offer, and then you're there. Okay, well, how can you help us bring this goal about? So it's about goal setting and it's about outcome based, all these kind of things that go together.
Absolutely. The heart of the conversation will really be the data, Ohio's data. What do we know in terms of workforce shortage? To your point earlier about construction, we know that there are about 3,500 jobs in the greater Cincinnati area that are going unfilled in the area of construction. And so we have allied construction industries and joining us to put that data in front of us. We have healthcare being at the table, and what we know is they're having the highest amount of vacancies that they've seen in the last 10 years.
Learning medical coding and all that kind of stuff, huh?
For sure. There are about 25 areas in the healthcare field that are going unfilled at a percent that's higher than 7%. And when you have a workforce shortage that is above 7, that is a real concern for the industry.
And so what the diocese, of course, you're still kind of feeling the situation out. Have you tried to come up with a game plan of how this is going to work forward?
So our game plan today is that we are building out opportunities within the elementary schools, and I'm excited to share that this Friday we will have a career expo at one of our Catholic elementary schools, where we are bringing together 8 high schools that have started to create some curricular opportunities or co-curricular experiences. So we have 8 high schools, we have 3 business intermediaries, IT, healthcare, and construction. We have public service. We have someone coming from the city manager's office. And then we have religious life. And so we're building out elementary career connections. So being intentional about that. We are looking at ways to build out high school opportunities where students can have dual credit, or sometimes we call that integrated coursework, so that they can have early exposure that may lead to some college credit certifications.
Well, and we have models like DePaul Cristo Rey, which is working in the city. I mean, that's one that's been going on, I think, for like 4 or 5 years, where the students actually spend time outside of the classroom at the place where they're learning the job or helping out and just kind of getting a grasp of maturity.
For sure. And one of the things we want to do with the elementary piece of this work is to help kids begin to think about where are your passions, where are your skills, where are you being drawn to from a career standpoint, so that if they have opportunities to go to a DePaul Cristo Rey, they're more self-aware.
And that's important. We're talking today with Dr. Mary Thomas about the, movement of the Catholic Inner City Schools Education Program to think about technical education for kids who don't want to attend college. Now, is there a date that we can set up or you can announce that this meeting will happen and when?
The Business Advisory Council meeting, yes, we have shared that out, and we have made special invitations to various business leaders. And if there are people who are listening today who would like to be a part of the conversation, they can reach out to me through SICE, mthomas at sicekids.org, and they can certainly give me a call at 515-7690.
And I'm sure many of the SICE supporters that you have, and they keep growing every year, because once they see the success, they want to join in, and they're probably fully behind this.
They sure are. And what is so comforting to know is that not only in words, but in actions, in terms of coming to conversations and providing philanthropic support. And for that, we are very grateful.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Dr. Thomas. If people want to find out more in terms of how they can participate in it, or if they have friends that they think would be interested, where can we send them?
You can send them to Mary Thomas at mthomas@sicekids.org.
Well, we'll put that up at our show notes at sacredheartradio.com. Thank you so much for being with us today and giving us some really great news for Catholic education.
Thank you for having me.